Tyler High in Studio City, California. We decided to cover this high school election to see how politics on our national stage might be trickling down to America's young people. We've been following the Tyler High race for the past 2 months, and what a race it has been. A real dogfight between this young man, Eddie Warwick, the popular incumbent, and this young woman, Blossom Russo, the little-known challenger.
Hey, I look pretty good.
Don't know about the future, that's anybody's guess. Ain't no good reason for getting all depressed. Fire up your pad and pencil, I'll give you a piece of my mind. In my opinion, nation, the sun is gonna surely shine. Stop all your fussing, slap on a smile. Come out and walk in the sun for a while. Don't fight the feeling, you know you wanna have a good time. And in my opinion, nation, the sun is gonna surely shine.
Welcome back to The World This Morning, where we're looking at a high school presidential election and how it mirrors national politics. Initially, Ms. Russo, a trumpet-playing junior and political outsider, was given little chance. We interviewed her campaign manager in the early days of the race.
I never honestly thought Blossom could win. I mean, come on, against Eddie Warwick, the best-looking guy at school with like $1 million to spend on his campaign. I figured there was about a 90% chance that Blossom would make a total fool out of herself.
Why do you think she decided to run?
I talked her into it.
I made the decision to challenge Eddie Warwick, not because I wanted to win a popularity contest, but because I wanted to change the course of student government and lead us to a more productive future. Also, it would be pretty cool to win a popularity contest.
When I heard that Blossom Russo was challenging me, I naturally took the threat very seriously.
Really?
The inexperienced Russo camp faced its initial challenge, deciding what to do.
I guess I have to declare my candidacy, right?
Well, not until you pick your campaign staff.
Maybe we should do some polling first to find out what people think of me.
I've already done your polling.
You have?
Yep, you want some fries?
Sure. What'd you find?
Nobody's heard of you. That's not necessarily bad, it just means you have low negatives.
What are my positives?
Well, I'm for you, Vinny's for you, and Joey's leaning your way.
Okay. You're my campaign manager and pollster. What else do I need?
A press secretary.
Any suggestions?
Me.
6. How many jobs can you do?
Blossom. There are a lot of really cute guys on the school paper. If I'm press secretary, they'll be all over me all day long. Trust me, this is one job I'll be great at.
Okay. What else do I need?
A campaign coordinator.
What does a campaign coordinator do?
Coordinates the campaign.
Right.
It has to be a person who will get along well with the rest of your staff.
You?
I'm the natural choice. Blossom, you can't announce your candidacy tomorrow unless you've got a slogan. People will think you're unprepared.
How about Russo for president?
Joey, that doesn't say anything about me.
Exactly. People might think you're me and you'll win.
I've got it.
And so, friends, classmates, compatriots, today I announce my candidacy for president of the Student Council. It was never my goal to run, but when the Draft Russo movement got started, I just couldn't say no. Not to you. The students of Tyler High.
Did you just say Tyler High?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, I'm in the wrong school again.
And so, it was never my goal to run.
Meanwhile, the Warwick team was working on its own strategy.
All right, here's what we do about this Russo chick. Peter, check out the family, get all the dirt. Maddie, you know her boyfriend Vinny, right? Find out if they're gone all the way, but do it very subtle, no threats. This year, let's take the high road.
I don't know if I can win, but when the opportunity presented itself, I just took a deep breath and decided to go for it.
But you didn't inhale.
People are saying you're going to run a slick package campaign. Is that true?
Well, let me just say that...
That is totally false. That is a lie. Blossom Russo is showing herself as she is. She's saying, here I am, this is what I stand for. Nobody tells Blossom Russo what to do, trust me. Blossom Russo is her own woman.
Well, isn't it true that you haven't yet defined the issues of this campaign?
Don't answer that.
Can we expect any cheap publicity stunts?
Absolutely not.
For Blossom! Blossom, is she smart or what? Blossom! She really wants me to vote for her.
There's got to be an easier way to get attention.
You know what you need? A campaign song.
What we need is a girl who's real cool. A girl who ain't gonna be fooled by the government. Do greed and need for power. She's a girl of the hour. She's hype. She's a sight. Don't go saying my sister's uptight. Before competition, and you'll be wishing the U.S. signed Miss Russo's petition.
Okay, give it to me straight. How are our poll numbers?
Well, the good news is you only weep with one age group.
Which age group?
14 to 18.
That's everyone in high school.
You want me to work on your concession speech?
We need an issue.
Good idea. Issue-oriented politics. A desperate move, but worth a shot. So what's our issue?
How about education?
Blossom, we're in school. Nobody wants to think about that.
World peace?
Been done.
Ecology?
Oh, please. You're gonna recycle that old idea? How about the woman angle?
What's the woman angle?
You'd be the first woman president of Tyler High.
Really?
Yeah, check out the history. It's been an all-male club. Blossom, be the Jackie Robinson of Tyler High.
Hi, I'm a woman and I'm running for president. I want to be your first woman president. Hi there, I'm Blossom. I'm female, so are you. Look at that. How am I doing?
Great, just great.
Hi, I'm woman. Hear me roar.
Okay, so what's your opinion on the grade curve?
I'm for it.
No, you're looking into it. Don't commit yourself. That's how you lose votes. How about colored gym class?
I'm studying the issue.
No, you're for it. It'll be great. Could you imagine the showers?
You can feel the excitement in the air here at Tyler High as the school braces for the presidential debate between incumbent Eddie Warwick and challenger Blossom Russo, still struggling to establish her identity.
I have always been a leader here at Tyler High. I've been compared with every great leader, from John F. Kennedy to Papa Smurf.
I find it amusing that you would compare yourself to Papa Smurf. I knew Papa Smurf. Papa Smurf was a friend of mine. And you, sir, you are no Papa Smurf.
Friends, as you know, I have a great record. Last year, I promised you a tug of war. I delivered. I promised you donkey basketball. I delivered. This year, I plan to look into the whole Mideast problem and see what I can do. So I think it's pretty obvious. I'm the guy for the job.
I'm the guy for the job? What does that mean, that only a guy can do the job? I don't think so, pal. We've had only guys do the job since Tyler High was built. That's just the way the system has worked.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Oh, I intend to fix it. I intend to fix it so that both halves of humanity are represented, including the half that doesn't give a hoot about donkey basketball.
That event raised over $400.
And a mule died.
Of natural causes?
If you call taking Big Marty Weaver in for a layup a natural cause.
Well, what events are you planning to have, Ms. Russo? Bake-offs?
You are sadly out of touch, Eddie Warwick. You don't understand the first thing about modern women. Well, here's your first lesson, pal. Look around. We're half of us. And from now on, we're going to be an equal half.
And now, with commentary on tonight's debate, our election expert, Dr. Timothy Leary.
What an election. Your classic underdog versus your firmly entrenched candidate. Hey, I thought Blossom Rousseau was thrilling. She was incandescent. She glowed like, you know, when you see a bunch of candles, how they can look when you're in a mirror or a window and with the rain, you know, say like an hour after you've eaten dessert. Or, you know, it's like space. When you look at space and you stand back a little bit and it all kind of comes to you, you know, well, she was better than that. Politically speaking, Blossom blew my mind.
And so Blossom Rousseau was back in the race. When we return, wild accusations, unfounded rumors, mudslinging, and dirty tricks, just like the big leagues. For those just joining us, we are doing an exclusive report on the making of the president of Tyler High School. The race tightened up after a spirited performance by challenger Blossom Russo in the big debate, and suddenly lots of people wanted to meet her, and most of them represented special interests.
New pom-poms and new uniforms, I promise. I can't commit to matching underwear, but I'll have my people look into it. Woo! Everyone gets to dissect their own fetal pig. So this injury occurred when you stepped on a thumbtack right here on this locker room floor. If I'm elected, it won't happen. Read my lips. No new tax. Taller cheerleaders.
Look at this sticky rice. We should have basmati rice at least once a week.
Well, I love basmati rice. I'll see what I can do.
That doesn't sound very much like a commitment.
Look, Sanjeev, I'll try my best, but keep in mind, the Indian population of Tyler High is, well, 1.
Yes, but we are very well organized.
The Russo campaign was riding a wave of momentum until Eddie Warwick dropped a bombshell.
This campaign is about family values. And we have to ask, what sort of family values does Blossom Russo represent? When her older brother, Anthony Russo, undoubtedly a major influence in her life, used drugs, alcohol, and repeatedly got in trouble with the law.
I have a brief statement. This is my brother, Anthony Russo. I love him very much. He had a problem with drug and alcohol abuse, which he will tell you about. He has my total support.
It's true. There was a period of a few years back in high school that I can hardly remember. I do, however, have yearbook photos to prove that I was here. But, whatever I went through shouldn't reflect on my sister or her campaign. Blossom learned from my mistakes. I mean, hey, is she a smart woman or what?
Mr. Russo, isn't it true that you once spent an entire year lying naked in an opium den in Morocco?
I'll double check my passport, but I'm pretty sure that's a no.
Blossom, are you for or against family values?
I think that's a silly question. I mean, different families have different values, and I'm proud of everyone in my family.
Even Joey?
Even Joey.
And so the Russo campaign was back on track, until it got involved in some dirty tricks of its own. On the evening of October 12th, 1992, 500 years to the day when Columbus landed in the New World, an as yet unknown burglar broke into the office of the guidance counselor and stole Eddie Warwick's file. Also missing were the phone numbers of the entire cheerleading squad.
We never authorized that. The break-in was probably committed by some overzealous person. Look, I do not condone it. I had nothing to do with it. No further comment.
But what about the report that things...
You heard no further comments.
Anyway, we got some great stuff. 6? This is politics, Blossom. Hardball.
We are not using this. This is totally unconfirmed. It could be all lies.
Plus, it's completely irrelevant. Whether it's relevant or not, it's totally irrelevant. This stuff is juicy.
6. I know it's juicy, but I don't want any leaks to the press. This is not ethical, and it's not how I want to win.
Okay, maybe you're right, but
what?
But you're too late.
All eyes were glued to the local news that evening as the teacher implicated in the affair came forward, in a manner of speaking.
Did you sleep with Eddie Warwick?
Absolutely not. I categorically deny that. What kind of a woman do I look like? Eddie and I are just good friends.
But he's a student.
I had no idea that he was a student. He told me he was the president of something, so naturally I assumed he was a grown-up.
But he was in your English class.
I thought he was a teacher in training or something, just auditing the class.
But you gave him an A+.
Believe me, he deserved it.
What's that blue dot for?
What blue dot?
I loved him. He was the best student I ever had.
And so Eddie Warwick shot up 20 points in the polls. And then things really got ugly.
Well!
Eddie, I had nothing to do with the break-in.
Right, and I suppose you don't know who did.
No, and I don't want to know.
You know, of the whole cheerleading squad, you were the first two I decided to call.
Look, Eddie, the election is next Tuesday. Let's try to have a fair fight from here on out.
A fair fight? You're the one who dragged my personal life into this.
I'm sorry that happened.
Not as sorry as you'll be when your boyfriend Vinny's record comes out.
What? You were known as the Don of Palermo?
This whole thing is a lie. I've never been to Palermo. I don't have a wife and 2 kids there, and I've never made a blood pact with Mickey the Lip Lugano.
Well, what kind of pact did you make with Mickey the Lip?
I don't know Mickey the Lip.
Is it true, Blossom, that you once ran off with Vinny and spent the night in a motel?
Look, that's a sleazy question. You ought to be ashamed of yourself for asking it.
Yeah, I'm really ashamed. But did you go to a motel or not?
I don't have to answer that. Do I have to answer that?
I think you have to answer everything. That's the game. It's like truth or dare.
Well, look, I'm not going to answer that. That's a profoundly personal question.
We didn't have sex.
Both candidates were allowed to produce television commercials in order to give their classmates reasons to vote for them. To prepare for the real world of politics, they were limited to 15 seconds. Here now is the incumbent spot.
Do we want to entrust our school to this person? A dangerously inexperienced junior? The girlfriend of an international criminal? And the sister of a guy who actually bought that shirt? Do not give her a chance to destroy our school.
Re-elect Eddie Warwick. He's the guy for the job.
And now here's Miss Russo's campaign ad.
This guy thinks he's so cool, but his administration has been a total disaster. He's betrayed our hopes and dreams, ruined a perfectly good teacher, and killed a mule. The carnage has got to stop. Blossom for president. Is she a smart woman or what?
As the race came down to the wire, both candidates turned for help where all good candidates in Southern California turn, to celebrities.
Vote for Eddie. He's the best. I'm out of here.
One more time, Mr. Leisure.
I'm not doing it again. They're paying me scale.
Wow, David Leisure.
Yeah, I know.
Doesn't your father know any celebrities?
Well, there is one. Meet Tommy Newsom. He used to be on the Tonight Show back in the old days. Anybody want to meet Tommy Newsom? Here he is. He's right here. He knows Ed McMahon.
I know Doc, too.
I'll do the talking, Tommy. Meet Tommy Newsom, friend of Doc Severinsen.
And finally, it was Election Day.
With 57% of the vote counted, we are in a dead heat here between incumbent Eddie Warwick and challenger Blossom Russo. Now, our exit polls today have shown a real gender gap, with Russo getting a hefty majority of the female vote, Mr. Warwick carrying the male vote, and Perot, who did not campaign, gaining the write-in votes of students with large ears.
Then at 1 a.m., after 2 recounts, the verdict was made official. Eddie Warwick had won a squeaker, and the challenger had to concede defeat.
I want to congratulate President Warwick. He ran a campaign that he can be proud of. I wouldn't be proud of it, but it wasn't bad for a piece of scum like your new president. Anyway, it was a good fight. And I guess he won, sort of.
And so we conclude our making of the president of Tyler High. And it's a reassuring story after all. Clearly, our democratic traditions are being passed down from one generation to the next. For better or worse. We'll be right back with a report on the latest JFK assassination theory, which poses the question, where was Arsenio?
Why did I lose?
Hey, you almost pulled off an incredible upset. You should be proud.
Yeah, I mean, I was astounded by how close it was. Speaking as a brilliant political mind.
What do you mean you lose, sort of?
Well, Eddie Warwick's a senior. I'm a junior. Next year, school's mine.
What a trip.
Act 1, Scene 15, Take 1.
Joey, please. We need you to take over for Six as campaign coordinator.
Yeah, Blossom gave me too many jobs. It shows poor judgment. Besides, you can help us get the female vote.
Are we talking strategy?
We're talking beefcake.
So if I do